here we are for the 2023 Precision National Sports Sedan Series, Round 3 as part of the ARDC Master Blast at Sydney Motorsport Park. On the Friday, teams were greeted with rain. It was pretty abysmal conditions, so no representative times were set.
Here we are with the man who has the black RX-7 that set the internet on fire. Mate, first national round.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
I'm pretty buzzed. It's exciting, so I'm glad to be on my home turf. Hopefully I get an edge. I'll need it.
And what's the plan for this weekend? Just get out there and enjoy being part of the series, or are you going to try and throw the cat amongst the pigeons? And
Racing's always about fun. We go racing as mates to have a good time, so that's first. But for sure, I'm going to be putting my best foot forward and trying to do what I can. So hopefully, I can mix it with those big boys. But it's a big call to be saying that.
Awesome, mate. Well, I know lots will be cheering you on. There's a big Rotary fan club who's very excited to see you out there. Good luck.
Yeah, cheers.
Qualifying was split into two groups. With 34 cars, it was going to be difficult for the guys to get a clean lap. The end result was Jordan Caruso with another pole, followed by Tony Ricciardello, Steve Tomasi, Brad Shields, and Pete Ingram in the RX-7 rounding out the top 5, followed by Viral Seaton, Ashley Jarvis, Ryan Humphreys, Nick Smith, and a New South Wales legend, Steve Lacey, in 10th. Race 1 was Rip Snorter with Jordan Caruso taking the win, followed by Steve Tomasi with an awesome second place. Tony Ricciardello had to settle for third with Brad Shields and Viral Seaton rounding out the top 5. Pete Ingram nearly pipped Viral at the post but ended up 6th with Mark Duggan, Ryan Humphreys, Matthew Ingram and Steve Lacey rounding out the top 10. Ashley Jarvis, Angus Fogg, Nick Mantikos, Michael Robinson, Anthony Cox rounded out the top 15, followed by Chris Jackson, Ben Mannix, Hugh McAllister, Tim Tritton and Jason Crompton for our top 20.
Here we are with John Gourlay, owner of the Auto Union Audi. 2 rounds, you're doing pretty well. How's it feeling? How's the year going?
Yeah, look, it's at the stage now, Ram, we're starting to get a little bit nervous because, one little mistake and you're further back than fullback. But we're getting closer. Just being very careful, trying to be conservative. Enjoying it.
And I suppose with the point structure, you can't have too many DNFs, if any, and you guys did it round 1 with a bit of a technical issue. How's the fight back going?
Yeah, look, it's not something, having a DNF is not something you certainly plan to do, so we're actively trying to be conservative, but that's all we can do, there's a lot of speed involved. Tony and Stevie Tomasi are both, well prepared, excellent cars. We've just got to be on our own game as much we can.
Awesome. Well, good luck at round 3. Hopefully this weather clears. I know Jordan wouldn't mind it either other way, but good luck out there. Here we are with the man, the myth, the legend who comes all the way from Western Australia, Ryan Humphreys. Mate, round 3, how you feeling?
Yeah, a bit nervous about this rain. We've only got wets and slicks at the moment, so we want to get out there, learn the track, just get an understanding. But we're pumped to be here. We're so glad to be travelling with these guys. So.
And is this your first run at this track?
Yeah, I watched the AGP here in 2007, but I can't remember it at all. So, but first time driving on the track, so we'll see how we go.
Good luck. I know you're very busy running this car, just yourself and your dad. So.
Yeah, and my mum's here as well, so mum and dad have flown over to help us out. I've got a mate Daniel coming later, so no, we'll be good.
Oh, great work.
We've got plenty to help.
All right, cheers, buddy. You have a great round.
Keep it up, mate. See you around.
The third round of the Precision National Sports Sedan Series. This is the second race for the weekend. Later on today we will have the Des Wall Trophy event that'll wrap up this round. Exciting race we had yesterday with Jordan Caruso taking the win in the John Gourlay prepared Chev-powered Audi, having the win over Steve Tomasi in the Calibra Chev with Tony Ricciardello in third spot. Unfortunately, we haven't got Steve Tomasi for this race.
Okay, it's Caruso will be alongside Ricciardello in the Alpha. And second row, it'll be Shields. Oh, wow.
That went a bit too quick for you there.
Ashley
Jarvis, who leads the series, is out of position 11. Angus Fogg, the Kiwi, in the Mustang, out of position 12. They're lining up for what will be a rolling start. 34 cars made it to the first race, only 14 DNF, so that's not bad for sports sedans, which can be fickle at times. But here we are lined up for the start. So Caruso on his own on the front row with Ricciardello and Shields on the second row. That's a turbocharged rotary engined Fiat 124 that you've seen there, and that's Peter Ward, the next one after that in the triple rotor RX-7. So Caruso controls it and away it goes, and Ricciardello's going to go with him and try and slot down the inside as they go down to turn one and gets the job done. So Tony had a feeling he might be able to make the measure of Caruso in the first race. Unfortunately had a bit of a slip up out of turn 11 and allowed Tomasi to get past him. But Tomasi, as I said, out of the race due to problem. They haven't got a problem with the Victorian Mark 1 V8 Mazda. That's Steve Eucas in that car, and here's Ricciardello going through to the lead as they're getting under turn 4. Burial Chet in third spot, then it's Shields in fourth, Ward and Mark Duggan, who made up 7 places, 14 from the grid to 7th in this one. He's already made up a couple of spots in this race as well. It's a big field of cars as they come out, and looks like they're taking a yellow flag they have, so safety car is out, and that's because of that number 90 car we see down there. Now the driver out of the car is okay. We don't know if he's been involved in some sort of incident. There was someone else slowing and coming in the back entrance at turn 4 too, so got a replay coming up of what may have been the problem there. Here we go, and not seeing a lot at this stage. Here we go. Yeah, that was Steve Boyle in the Greg Boyle, I should say, in the Skyline having a spin in that four-wheel drive Skyline, and he was the one that was stopped. So that was out of turn 3, and he's managed to get it over the crest of the tunnel and back into the lane. This will be the end of the third lap. Still got a few laps to go, 7 in total, and it's Tony Ricciardello that leads the way, and Jordan Caruso, I think, who's just managed to regain the lead in the series due to Ash Jarvis finishing way back in 10th. He was the series leader before this, but unfortunately they had a gearbox sensor which he couldn't tell what gear he was in during the race. So we're gone back to race conditions, and it's Ricciardello out in front, Caruso second, Chet third, then it's Shields and Ingram, followed by Duggan, then the second of the Ingram cars. Picked up a couple of spots in that beautiful Mustang. He's currently running in ninth position, and it's Steve Lacey, who finished yesterday's race with a broken wing, and now has a wing off a new build Lamborghini car to run in this race. Further back in the build, we've got Nick Pantikos in the Mark II Mustang, followed by Michael Robertson in the Mustang. He's got a Mustang on the way, but not at the moment. And there's Fogg, and we've got a problem for Matt Ingram. He slowed right up going out of turn 4, and Fogg has just shown the way there to Lacey. Lacey trying to make up that ground. Crompton in 13th position. He's in the BMW with the Chev Power under the bonnet, and Chev powered Mazda behind him in the hands of Ben Maddox and Ryan Humfrey. Another Chev powered car, this time a Ford Falcon XE, of all things to have a
nice little spin there from car 21.
That's Lloyd Godfrey in the Honda Integra. Don't often see that in amongst the big boys, but he's having a good time out there as well for a small engine car that performs really well. Now we've got Caruso right on the back of Ricciardello as they come out of turn 11, head down the straight again. Who's got the straight line speed? It'll be interesting to see. We'll keep an eye on what sort of speed they're getting down the straight. And Ricciardello, if anything, has managed to pull away. Very high, 268 kilometres an hour down the straight, 262 from Caruso. So just a little bit of difference in it. And we've got another spinner going around. Well, that was the Integra, who sent everyone darting off, and there goes the little Chev-powered Corolla. He goes off the track as well, but he's managed to, has he moved on? Yes, I think he's back on. Looks a bit agricultural, so it probably suits it down to the ground to be out there in the grass.
Hard to believe that a Chev-powered Corolla could be a handicap.
And we've got another safety car, unfortunately. So there's someone's parked off turn 5. And looks like it's John Ford in the Mercedes C63, another Chev-powered car. That car had dramas yesterday, and we see the Corolla coming into the pits at the same time. That's Trevor Condon out of Victoria. Car had lots of problems in the last round, but they battled on and made sure that they got to the last race, even though they weren't in outright contention.
Field.
Very impressive field. Here's a replay of that. Now, John Ford was involved in this as well, so that's why he's pulled up. He's the one that's actually hit Condon.
He's drilled the side of that.
Well, it's so subtle of you to say that, but he certainly, there was contact, let's say that.
Yeah,
I'm not going to blame anyone, even though it looks pretty obvious.
I wasn't judging.
And of course Condon's going back out in the track. He's following the tilt tray out. So safety car in. We're going to have 2 laps of sports sedan mayhem out here with fast cars right up the front of the field. Caruso tucked right in behind Ricciardello. Will try and slot himself out there. Chetton and Shields the next 2. Then it's Ingram, Duggan, Lacey, Fogg, and the other Ingram car followed by Mantikos. Jarvis has just picked him off going into turn 1. So it'll be good for his championship aspiration. I see Nick Smith is still travelling. He just wants to see a checkered flag with that car that's had so much drama over its life cycle. And that's that very bright yellow car we just seen go through there, the Mazda. And there's Condon actually picking up a place as he goes past one of the other small capacity contenders. And Shields looking for a way past Chetton as go down to turn 4, but already our front 2 have pulled away. The big 3 are, as I said before, Caruso, who's now in front of Ricciardello. Cold tyre change. They came from gear back, and Shields has got past Chetton as well. There's been a change there as they come around through turn 8, and it's very close between those 2, and Chetton can't do anything there. He's on the wrong side of the track to try and get past. Ingram right in behind him in that triple rotor RX-7, looking to capitalise if there's any untowards going on, and not far off them is Duggan and Lacey as well. There's Jarvis picking off Fogg, picks himself up another spot, so that gets him close. We're coming up to the last lap, and it's Caruso in front, and he's pulling away at this stage. It'll be a quick lap, this one. because he's done it properly. Carries the number 1 for a reason, and he goes through the lead. Then it's Shields in third, Chetton and Ingram, followed by Duggan and Lacey, Jarvis, Fogg. Then it's Humfrey and Matt Ingram, followed by Mantikos. Will Fletcher had all sorts of drama just so I got the line. Timmy Trenton from Victoria in that shed-powered Honda. The next one through after that. There's Chris Jackson. Hasn't been doing a lot of racing in recent times, but he's making a little bit of a comeback. Had one race last year, but now seems want to race more often. I think he's been behind the scenes a lot with the New South Wales Sports Sedans, and I must say that it is a round of the New South Wales Sports Sedan Series, and Brad Shield leads that at the moment. So he's in good stock to increase his points lead in the co-series that we're running this weekend.
Meanwhile, Caruso just walking away on this last lap, not hanging back like either. He had the thing a little bit sideways there. Now the fastest lap on the 9th lap, he picked that absolutely right. So Garry, 1:29.37 on the penultimate lap.
And 2:10 off the lap record. So is he going for a lap record? This will be interesting to see. He's been faster in the first 2 sectors of this lap, coming around to what will be the checkered flag coming up. And it's Jordan Caruso. So for the weekend so far at the 3rd round, 2 wins from 2 starts. Tony Ricciardello improves from 3rd in the first race to 2nd. Brad Shields picks up 3rd spot and a win in the... Well, and right on the line, Peter Ingram has pipped Billy Chetton for 4th position. So an interesting race, bit of drama throughout, but when these cars are firing and on song, they're good to watch.
Hello, something's looking pretty smoky.
Chris Jackson looks like a bit of bodywork rubbing on a tyre by the look of it. It looked to be a bit down on one side on the front, so some sort of drama, and Trevor Condon gets to the line. So after that pit stop, he still managed to get going. And did he get a lap record?
1:27.1537.
He did, by 200ths. So
wow.
New lap record for Jordan Caruso on the last lap of that 2nd race. Here's the results. Jordan Caruso the winner, Tony Ricciardello in 2nd, Brad Shields, Peter Ingram just on the post as pipped Billy Chetton. Then it's Mark Duggan, Steve Lacey, Ash Jarvis up to 8th, Brian Humfrey 9th, and Matt Ingram rounds out our top 10. Out of the 10, Angus Fogg, Kiwi Mustang, Nick Mantikos, Will Fletcher out of 13. There's Timmy Tritton, Chris Jackson, Nick Smith, who's seen the checker flag and he'll be over the moon about that. Ben Maddox, Hugh McAllister in the Mustang Trans Am car. Further back, Mark Tracy in his Chef-powered BMW, followed by Josh Haynes in the Chef-powered Nissan 300 ZX. Theo Camburis, who runs Division 3 in Sports Sedans, will make up the Division 2 because he keeps improving his lap times. And there is our race winner, John Gourlay, there as well. No, he isn't actually. But the crew working on the car, John Gourlay owns and preps this car, and it's had a number of good drivers in it. It's had Darren Hossack and Jack Perkins running the car as well. But Jordan's come out of Excel's, got in this car and took to it like ducks to water. It's been very quick.
What a great opportunity. Great opportunity to drive a car that good.
Yeah.
And to drive it as well. Well, what a great event that was, and we'll be back in just a minute. But Sports Sedans, always entertaining, always great motor cars to watch, always one of my favourites, and I'm sure yours as well. And now over to the pits.
We have our Sports Sedans winner here in the car number 1, Jordan Caruso. How was the race?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, a lot of it was under safety car. Tony managed to get me. But then, yeah, after the safety car, the car had really good pace. I went for the move into turn 2, and then, just wanted to do... I knew there wasn't many laps that I had to manage the tyres for, so I wanted to go for one good lap and managed to do a pretty good time, so happy with that.
So you took the round win in Queensland, and now you've backed it up with a win here at Sydney Motorsport Park. How is this looking for your title challenge?
Yeah, this is great. As long as the car remains... consistent and reliable. I think we've got the pace to keep sort of getting race wins, and as long as we stay around where we are, keep doing what we're doing, I think we'll be good.
Speaking of the car, how is the car feeling this weekend around this track?
Yeah, it's been awesome. our car compared to most of the others is really good through high-speed corners. So turn 1, a lot of the high-speed like 4 and 5, it's really well suited to that sort of stuff. So having a lot of fun driving it on the limit around here.
You mentioned safety cars. Obviously, we had quite a long period of safety cars out there. What was going on in your mind during those periods? What were you doing to make sure you got off the restart good?
Honestly, I thought the race wasn't going to get going again, so I was sort of thinking, are they just going to bring us in? But then, I was on the radio with Sheng, and he was telling me we're going to get a few laps at the end. But yeah, during the safety car, I mean, you just got to chill out. Like, there's not really much you can do. Keep the tyres warm and get ready for when it goes green.
Well, this is a great win for you and your team. Congratulations, and looking forward to the next race.
Thanks a lot.
Here we are with Chris Jackson in this awesome Calibra. Buddy, it's been a little while. How you going?
Well, hopefully good. We'll see how we go today.
And what's the plans? You've had a little bit of engine problems at the last New South Wales round and had to fix the motor?
Yeah, broke a conrod bolt, which is first time in 12 years I've dropped the bottom end, so it just happened. So it's all back together, been on the dyno. So yeah, just get it out and have a run around, see how we go. It's got all new brakes on it, it's got a new motor done, of course. So yeah, a lot of things we just need to give a bit of a run in of the test. And then I'm pretty rusty too, because I think I've done anything major. I've had 3 knee replacements and I've only got 2 legs, which really sucks. So
Yes.
yeah, just got to get back in it, I think, and get back sort of race fit and have a good go, I suppose.
Awesome, mate. Well, good luck for this round, and hopefully it holds together. I suppose there's more chance it will, because Brock didn't drive it before this race.
Yeah, well, I give Brock a drive into the state round, and then in the practice for the next meeting, 2 laps into it, I'll break the conrod bolt, so I reckon he did something to it. So.
You've got to wonder, don't you?
Yeah, so if it goes all right this round, we could give him the steering up for the next state round, for the last one for the year. We did a pretty good job last year in it, so that was his first one ever in a sports sedan, and he was top 5 all weekend, so give him another run at the end of the year, see how he goes.
Awesome, mate. Well, good luck.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks, man.
Next to the 11-time champ. You like it now? Oh, you didn't like it before, did you? Oh, Ren doesn't love me. I love it. I love it.
Okay, start list. Jordan Caruso on pole, and I'll hand over now to Garry O'Brien.
Thanks, John. Here for race 3 of round 3 of the Position National Sports Sedan Championship, and this is the important one. This is for the Deswall Trophy. This is the one they all want to win, besides winning the series, of course. But we had some dramas in the earlier race. We had several cars or several drivers that were pinged 15 seconds for passing under yellows. Of course, we had 2 yellow flags during the session. I inadvertently called the spun in Honda Integra out of turn 4 as Lloyd Godfrey. In actual fact, it was Matt Longhurst. One's white, one's black. I'm obviously very colourblind, couldn't quite get it right. But here we go. We're into this final race for the weekend for Sports Sedans, the Deswall Trophy, over 10 laps. Hopefully we can get through it without a safety car. Jordan Caruso on pole, Tony Ricciardello alongside of him, and we're just about to hit the big go button. Red flag, red lights on, red lights will go out, rolling start, and away they will go, and there they do. Ricciardello's got a great start. Shields tucked in behind Caruso as they get into turn 1. Caruso gets the lead, Ricciardello right in behind him. Peter Ingram on the outside, trying to go around the outside of Shields, can't quite do it. We look back further in the field, there's Mannix And a spinner, that's Matt Ingram. He was one of the ones who was penalised for overlapping or passing under yellows. He's gone off at turn 2. Had a bit of an issue in the earlier race today, but managed to keep going. So that's probably why he picked up those conditions afterwards to pass someone under yellow. But here we go, around through to turn 4, up towards turn 5. It's a slightly different angle to look at this corner. See the cars coming at us. Back underway. Back to the field. Meantime, it's Caruso out in front, Ricciardello second, Shields in third, then it's Billy Chetton in fourth. Got pinned on the line in the earlier race by Ingram, Peter Ingram in the RX7. Jarvis up to fifth, sixth spot. He needs a good result in this one after some not so fanciful results in the earlier races. Angus Fogg going down there in that black New Zealand Mustang. He was another one that got pinned 15 seconds in the earlier race for the same breach. Here we go. Already you can see Caruso's pulled away substantially. He's got in the neighbourhood of about half a second on Ricciardello, and the pair of them have actually tore right away from Shields in first spot. Ingram trying to go down the inside of Jet down the straight and doesn't. Lots more speed out of that car in the straight line. Further back, Duggan under pressure from the Chef Camaro of Lacey. Lacey unfortunately had a broken wing in the first race, pinged in the second for 15 seconds, but now Kane is coming back strong in this last race. And of course, this is also a round of the New South Wales Sports Sedan Championship, backed by Kumo Tyres, and Brad Shields leads away, and that is third outline in this particular race at the moment. Peter Ingram, now that he's passed Chetton, will be looking to try and run down his fellow rotary turbo adversary in front, but at the moment these two are well out in front. Might be wondering where Steve Tomasi is. Unfortunately, he pulled out this morning before the second race. They had some not so much dramas with the engine, there was just some telltale signs in the oil that there may be an issue, and he's dead keen to get to Bathurst and the Gold Coast where the next two rounds are. Ingram getting past Condon there, so he's picked up at least one more spot, but has the job ahead. Of course, the brother of the car currently running in fourth position. Tony Cox, unfortunately out of the earlier race with fuel pump issue. Good to see the Dodge-powered Saab back in the mix. And there, of course, is Hugh McAllister in that Thai purchased, or out of Thailand purchased TA2 car, runs a Coyote engine, paddle shift and some other good bits and pieces. So it's one of the, obviously can't qualify for Trans Am, but it can run in this category as a sports sedan. Ricciardello there. We've just seen Ingram, beg your pardon, Humphreys go down the inside of Duggan at turn 2, and there's Humphreys off the road in the Chev-powered Falcon XE. So whether there was a touch there with the Aston Martin, I'm not sure. Chris Jackson goes up the inside of him in the Calibra. Another Chev-powered car, lots of Chev-powered cars, but it's good to see some racing turbos out here. You know, some people down south from us will be very pleased to see rotary cars doing well in this race. Yeah, having a Chev-powered Ford, and there's a Chev-powered Audi, and there's a Chev-powered Alfa at the front of the field, so plenty of the V8 muscle in this particular field. So we've gone through 3 laps of this, or almost 3 laps of this, without any safety car at this stage. Nick Smith got a checkered flag in the last race, and he said thank goodness for safety cars, because that's made a difference. In the meantime, Ricciardello is trying very hard to get onto the back of Caruso, and he's actually just pulled the fastest lap of the race. And we've got a replay of this incident, which I think was the Matt Ingram. Now, obviously, yeah, there was a bit of a pull-up of cars in front of him, and Ingram really had to hit the picks very hard to avoid going in the back. And we've got another incident down here, and this was Humphreys on... was there a touch or not? Very slight if there was one, and Western Australian Falcon does do a little pirouette before it gets back underway.
Just the gentlest of taps, but that's all it took.
I'd say very difficult to determine whether there was one there. So Caruso continues to lead. He's now on a flying lap obviously responding to Ricciardello's last lap.
I wasn't implying, by the way, that it was a deliberate tap. It was just one of those things that had to get through. That night in another race.
Yeah, but you're right. Always coming out of the corner if the car doesn't get out of your way quick enough. That's bad luck. I don't mean they did that deliberately. Here's Jordan Caruso. Came out of Excels, joined Sports Sedans in John Gourlay's prepared Audi, and took over from the likes of Darren Hossack and Jack Perkins, who previously drove this car. So this lap goes by the boards, and 27.9 for that lap, so not as quick as 26 he did earlier. And we've got Ricciardello. Had a moment out of turn 11. He had problems there yesterday. He had a bit of a moment, and that's dropped him several spots. So he has been trying very hard. Not what he wanted to see, and it's given Caruso a pretty good margin now.
I'm not sure if it's dropped him in spots or distance. He's certainly nowhere near on a threat.
It's not what it wasn't Ricciardello. It was something red shield, red cars, grey out. Problems come back again. So Brad Shield was leading the New South Wales contingent. That will probably cost him the New South Wales round, although he still leads the series. He's only dropped a couple of spots. He might get a few of those back before this is over. He's dropped back to 6th at the moment. So it's Ingram in 3rd, second in 1st, Jarvis in 5th. So that's good news for Ash Jarvis and the Colin Smith on the car. Jeff Powell, of course. And here he is on the back of Chet. So quite keen to improve for one more position. Chet has been doing the National Series as well as the New South Wales Series. Unfortunately, had a engine problem at Queensland Raceway in qualifying, so he didn't actually get the race, travelled all the way up to Queensland and didn't actually get a run. Similar situation to the Cameron Cockerell, again with drivers up there as well, and fortunately they only took their old engine, not their new ones. There's Angus Fogg in that flame sprinting Ford Mustang. Central muscle car, spec car. But,
great looking car.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
Only done a few modifications, took a bit of weight out of it, put a rear wing on it, front splitter, and keen to go back to Bathurst. And of course the last time that car raced there was in TCM as a central muscle car. And there it goes through turn 1. And he's got the flames working, well, at least out of one pipe. But wait till he gets to Bathurst, he'll have them both working properly. And they're both working there now. He's just ahead of Michael Robson. Now, Michael Robson was involved in a collision with the Ryan Humfrey car in the earlier race, and they couldn't restart it. That's why he pulled out. Had some damage to the left rear of the car, so you would suggest that he was in front at the time. I'm not saying anything about one or the other, but and there's the Victorian fire engine looking car pulled up. That's the Mark Tracy BMW, Chev powered, and Caruso stopped on the main straight. Big drama there, so that puts Tony Ricciardello in front. Now he's just pulled up basically opposite where his pit is. So whether there's damage on that car or it's just had an engine failure or what, we're not real sure. Huge drama for this race, but it's given Tony Ricciardello the lead and possibly the Des Wall Trophy for 2023. He has won it previously, so be very pleased, well, not for the circumstances of getting to the front. But Caruso, with his win yesterday and this morning, took the lead in the series, but now it will go possibly to Tony Ricciardello, who finished third yesterday, second this morning, and currently leads the way. Now, our timing on the screen hasn't quite updated yet, but it is Ricciardello in front, Ingram second, Chet in third. Now they've left this with a green track, just a local yellow there. Oh, there's one there, yes. Oh, and then Nick Smith, who's battling reliability in this car, but got it to the lines, had a spin, a nice little pirouette, and just continues on, just drops a couple of spots. That was out of turn 6. Here he comes. Oh, no, well, it's an intentional spin in the fact that there was something that caused it rather than over-exuberance, you might say.
Yeah.
So he gets the car back underway, just drops a couple of spots, but that was had him back to 11th, so he was up as far as about 6th or 7th. So that's been a great run for what's been a troublesome car. Timmy Triton's Honda Chev is stopped. That looks like it's out of turn 5. And I would probably need to get a wider angle to get a look at that, but it looks like he may have got it going. And unfortunately, Nick Smith into the pits. The RJ20 turbocharged Mazda RX-7, unfortunately, again getting a DNF. Must be getting very frustrating. Probably not so much his fault this time. And there we have Triton out of turn 5. No, it's not turn 5. It's up the top of the track, I think. Turn 10. And unfortunately, the Ramsay surveyors Mazda in the pits, just doing a check to see if it's all okay. Set him on his way.
Oh, that's good news too.
Trenton's managed to pull off the track. So fortunately, no harm, no foul. And here's our race leader looking for a way around that Corolla, which must be a handful. Short wheelbase car with the big Chev under the bonnet.
Yeah, I think so.
It would be a handful there. But kudos to those guys. They had so many dramas up at Queensland Raceway and got it back together again. But now we've got Tony Ricciardello out in front. Just plays the game, doesn't he? He just keeps going. If he doesn't win, he's second or third. But the reliability has been on his side this weekend in the final summation of this round. He'll go away for race win. Got to feel sorry for Caruso, pulled up, sitting in the car, which you can do where it is right at the moment. We are on the 9th lap, so there's only one to go after this. And it's a great result for our 11-time series winner. Will he get the number 12 this year? A dozen titles is something to behold, isn't it, really?
How long has he been racing that thing?
Well, it was originally in the hands of Brian Smith. The first inception of this car, it's a bit like the first Fleet Axe. It's had quite a few changes over the years. It looks much the same, but I think just about every part of it's new. And Tony spent a lot of last season and the Christmas period rebuilding this car. He does most of the work on it himself, and he's brought it back out. And here he comes down the straight for what will be the last lap. It's what's been a pretty successful campaign when you think about it. He's had to travel from Western Australia for many years to cover this, and he's just coming up to pass Theo Camburis in that Chef Power Commodore. He does so with ease as he heads out to turn 2 and around through 3, up over the top. There's a few dead cars around the track, but fortunately we've kept this race green, which has been fantastic considering the dramas we've had in the previous outings. And this has just been such a car. I guess at some stage it's going to go down in history as one of the cars of Australian motorsport. It has to be remembered, maybe after our lifetime, as iconic as certain things of the past around, whether they be open wheels or tin tops. But this car certainly has notched its history in Australian motorsport, possibly on the way to a 12th series win. But certainly out of this meeting, a third, a second, now victory looming as he brings it out of the final corner, down on the straight. That'll give Tony Ricciardello the third round of the Australian Sports Sedan Series. He had it in his mind that Bathurst was looming. He had to get that out of his head, and he has so right at the opportune moment, and he takes the win. And unfortunately, off to the right there is the demise of the Audi. And here's Brad Shields trying to make up the spot behind Ash Jarvis. Can Ash Jarvis hold that car? Here we get a good battle between a rotary-powered turbo car and a Chev V8, and the Chev V8 just holds on. So Ingram comes across the line in second. That's Peter Ingram. Billy Chetton in third, Jarvis fourth. That was the battle for fifth with Brad Shields just holding on a bit. The battle for fourth, I should say. Steve Lacey comes home in sixth position. Then it should be Ryan Humphreys. He's been through the wars, and he's just ahead of Mark Duggan, who they were two that had the contact. So I guess for him to get back ahead of Duggan as Justice. Chris Jackson in ninth, and he's come back to motorsport after a fair break. Willem Furcher in position 10 in that Toyota 86 with its Chev power under the motor. Michael Robertson from the back of the field up to 11th. Then it's Matt Ingram after his little lose at turn 2. Has fought back to be 12th ahead of Angus Fogg, Hugh McAllister, and the next one coming down should be Tony Cox in a car we all love because it sounds so good. It's a Dodge, of course, under the bottom of the, well, under the middle of that car. Then it's Jason Crompton. There's a sad sight of the Honda Integra from Victoria. Unfortunately, out of this one. Actually, I think it's a Honda Prelude. My bad. Nick Mantikos in position 17. Greg Boyle out of 18. Ben Maddox 19. Josh Haynes, who currently leads the TAT series, having a run in the Nissan 300 ZX with another with a Chev under the bonnet. Theo Camburis out of position 24. Condon in that Corolla was next. Actually, they've made an adjustment there. The Cox have moved right down. That's I'm looking at the points there for the weekend. Here's the results, official now. Peter Ingram in second behind Tony Ricciardello. Beryl Chetton in third. Ash Jarvis, Brad Shields, not much between them at the finish. There's Steve Lacey, Ryan Humphrey, Mark Duggan, Chris Jackson and Willem Furcher rounded out our top 10. And over the page, of course, Michael Robertson out 11, Matt Ingram 12. They were the two on recovery mode. Angus Fogg 13, Hugh McAllister, Anthony Cox, Jason Crompton, Nick Mantikos, Greg Boyle, Ben Maddox, Josh Haynes in position 20.
I'm here with the winner of the last Sports Sedans race of the weekend. In the Alfa Romeo number 5, we have Tony Ricciardello. He finished third, second, and now first for this final race. How was that?
Yeah, thank you. It was a pretty tough race and tough weekend. Just this track's pretty hard on tyres, and just managing them and trying to keep the pace going, and put pressure on Jordan as well. But tough gig for him in that last run. I don't know, something's broken for him, but really condolences to him. But great work by our team, and come a long way, and we just keep fighting on and going for the win.
Obviously, you had the third place and you got the second. Now we got the first. You got better throughout the weekend. Sadly, in the last race, it came under unfortunate circumstances, but you still managed to keep that second and hold on to that win till the end. Did you just feel like you got better throughout the weekend?
Yeah. Look, I think the driver probably needs to work on a little bit of consistency, because I tried to throw it away a couple of times on the last turn and out of turn 1. But it was more just a matter of keeping the pressure on Jordan, and it's hard work to keep these cars going, lap after lap for 10 laps. And, like I said, it's one of those things. We've been there before as well on the difficult side of things when you have breakdowns and stuff. But like I said, I've got to thank my dad, Orlando, and Glenn, Chris, and Mitch. We all come from Perth, and it's been a hard week preparing the car over here, and hopefully the results keep working.
It's the last race of the weekend. You can go home. Did you enjoy the race weekend?
I always enjoy racing, but it's always a difficult thing, and you got to keep working hard. And when you're down, you got to keep fighting for it, and that's what we do.
Well, congratulations again. Go home and celebrate, and then we'll see you at the next one.
All right. Thanks very much.